In 1893, the DuToit family rooted themselves in the Ceres Valley on Kromfontein Farm, establishing a farmstead and a company built on wholesome family values. In 1922, the first fruit trees were planted and raised on pure mountain water, which ensures crisp quality. The cool air channeling through the valleys of the Western and Eastern Cape concentrates colors, flavors, and aromas. While our commitment to farming in harmony with nature sees us minimizing waste and responsibly using natural resources. Today, the DuToit story is also the story of a dedicated team of up to 8,000 workers we employ during peak season. Together, we produce 250,000 tons of produce a year that we pick, pack, and send to a store near you. So go ahead, pick DuToit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this incredible education session and get to know you session with the incredible Johno DuToit from DuToit Apples. Johno, welcome. It's amazing for me to be here. For those of you who don't know at home, my father was in the fruit industry for many years. He was focused on sort of on table grapes, on apples, and distributing them around the world and exporting them around the world with a company by the name of Unifruco back in the days, and then moved to Cape Span. And all I've heard about my whole life is the incredible stories of the DuToit family and what they've done for this country and how they provided apples around the world for everyone. And one of the legends of it is Johno. And Johno, thanks for joining us today, and welcome to the Jeff community.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. As I told you, I'm not a marketing guy, but I try my best. I know your dad very well, and for many years.
Amazing. And he talks so highly of you, Johno. And I think for everyone at home, I mean, we see DuToit apples all over the place. You know what I mean? But like, there's a story behind the DuToit apples and where they come from. I mean, you guys are a family-based farm. I think you started in 1893. The farm started, if that's correct. Has it been in your family? Has it been in the family for so long?
Yeah, but we are actually originated from the French Huguenots, and the first DuToit that came to South Africa, he came in into South Africa in 1686.
Wow.
Yeah, so we are now the 12th generation.
That is
12.
Amazing.
Yeah, 335 years ago.
That is amazing.
And
wow.
So he came in and he lived in near Stellenbosch in Drakenstein.
Yes.
And they got in the early days grazing rights from the government. So the sheep and goats and everything, they graze in the Koa Bokkeveld where our farm is. But our family started in 1893. So that is now 128 years ago.
Wow.
On the farm Kromfontein.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the Ceres Valley.
In the Ceres Valley. But the fruit actually started, we started growing fruit in the 1930s.
It's incredible.
So it's a long history. Yeah.
That's amazing. And for me, I mean, that's something that South Africa should be really proud of. I mean, like, you guys have been producing incredible fruit for so long and providing it all over the world. I mean, what makes the Ceres Valley so conducive to providing these incredible apples? I mean, obviously it is the valley and it's the air, etc. Could you explain that to us?
Yeah. It's the farm Kromfontein. I'll tell you a little story, but later on. But the farm is in the Koa Bokkeveld. It's high up. It's 1,000 meters above sea level. So it's a cool climate. It's cold in winter, very cold, and it's good quality water, and it's cold in winter. It's a mild summer, so that's where you can grow apples. So there's only a few places in South Africa where you can grow apples, like in the Free State and Elgin, and in the I don't know, where the Langkloof is.
Yeah.
There's only a few regions, but the coldest of them is the Koue Bokkeveld. So it's actually a very good area for apple growing.
Yeah, amazing. And it's a place where I spent a lot of time as a youngster on a lot of the farms there with going with my dad and seeing it. And actually took my kids up there a couple of weeks ago when the snow was up there,
Yeah, it was a very nice, it was a cold winter this winter, and we had this wonderful snow just a few weeks ago.
Amazing.
Yeah, I went there with my grandchildren, and they enjoyed it.
Shame, like
Me
mine
too.
did.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, tell me something. I mean, you got, I think, close to 8,000 workers on the farm. Is that correct?
I will tell you a little bit of the company.
Yeah.
Okay. The company, the DuToit company, the brand is DuToit. The family owned this company. It's still owned by the family, DuToit.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger family now. There's 9 family members working in the family. So we are sort of a bigger family nowadays. But it's all owned by the family, and there's family members working in the company. But there's we've got a lot of, we call them colleagues, personnel, but we try to work as one team. So it's a team effort. The company itself is diversified. We've got many product lines. Like the main product line is in fruit and vegetable, and then you've got different fruit kinds, different vegetable kinds. So we run the company as a diversified company. So we've got apples, pears, peaches, nectarines. We've got plums. We've got cherries nowadays. That's a very exciting product line. We started the cherry business actually in the Western Cape.
Wow.
15 years ago. So it's now quite big part of our business, and that's our focus, where we invest. Most of our investment is nowadays in cherries. So we believe in that.
Yeah.
We are also a integrated company. That means that we produce, we pack, we market all our fruit and vegetables ourselves. So that's what I mean by integrated company. Produce our own fruit on our own land, and pack the fruit and so on. We market in 42 countries nowadays.
Wow.
So a lot of fruit is going overseas, and you will chat later with Gysbert, my cousin. He's the marketing guy.
Okay,
cool. You asked a question on people. So if you want to grow fruit, you are involved in people. So you mustn't be afraid of people. So 8,000, more than 8,000 people working in the company. And with the families, it's a lot more. So we employ a lot of people.
Sure.
The company is also brand driven, and why I like that you are going to help us with the brand and so on. But we are a brand driven with the main focus on quality. So we try to market, to sell quality stuff, quality fruit to the consumer. But yeah, and yeah, we produce like 250,000 tons of fruit and vegetables nowadays.
That's
So
amazing.
it's a big company now.
So that's, you know, it's super interesting to me because you're handling the whole, you know, like from the planting of the seed right through the whole process to the export. Your company's grown into that, and that's what you handle. That's incredible, man. And just from a South African story, I mean, you employ a lot of people for the country, and that's amazing. You know, like especially in hard times like COVID and what everyone's gone through. You know, it must have been difficult, especially with trying to export at that time and where you were going and the supply chains being disruptive, etc. It's an incredible story to show of a resilient company, of an amazing company that's done so much for the people of the region, man. And I love stories like that. And I just think it needs to be celebrated, and I think it needs to be supported, you know, in so many ways. And I can't wait now to. It's in my head. I only buy DuToit apples. I only have, because it's always been told through my brain of my dad. You know what I mean? From when I was a youngster, and it's beautiful quality. Tell us what is the best part about what you do? What do you love about being in this industry and being in the industry for so long? What do you love about it the most?
Yeah. Well, I like farming. I like to be out there, and but I'm getting older now, and I moved from the farm. I'm living in town now myself. So luckily my son is living in the old house where we started many years ago. It's on a farm called Kromfontein, and you will go there in October. The farm itself is now divided in two farms. It's called Kromfontein and Lindershof. That's the two farms where we started in 1893, and I was lucky that I could have lived there for more than we lived there for 35 years. When I started working in the company now, I lived all my life there, and so it was pleasant to live on a farm. You know, and it's a very unique farm, because if you can, we started only one farm, and now it's a bigger company. So the farm must have the resources that you could have built on, if you understand what I'm trying to say, for so many years. So it's a great farm. And we started there, and then we built the company with many more farms, and we have investment in the Langkloof and also in near Worcester and Malmesbury. So we are a bigger company nowadays.
Sure.
But you asked me what I like. I like farming, and I like it's a long-term type of business where you put your money in, and you have to wait a long time to get a positive cash flow.
Yes.
But that's farming, and luckily we are for many years in this business, so we can more easily move on.
That's amazing. I think it's such an amazing story of resilience. of patience, of like loving something, you know, and that's what I love about your stories is you've been there your whole life and you've grown this thing, and it's amazing to see, and it's benefited so many of people like around the world. Tell me something. Last question. Where do all these apples go? Because I think everyone thinks that we only pick them up in Pick and Pay. It's not the case. They go all over the world. Our incredible South African fruit and like apples, for example, where do they go? Because I know when I used to live in London, I used to see some beautiful apples coming through there, and I was like, wow, that quality is amazing.
Something about apples nowadays, I call them the game changers. Okay, so the apples, you know, cherries is a cherry. You've got different varieties, but in the market it's cherries.
Yeah.
But apples, we sell them in different varieties. So there's a lot of varieties like Gala, like Golden Delicious, Granny Smith, Fuji, Pink Lady. So you can go on. So it's we sell them per variety. Okay. So if I can just tell you the game changers in apples as I see, the first one is a snack apple. It's actually a variety that is small. So you produce it as a small apple, and then you sell it in a tube or in a bag, and you can take the apple and you can eat it while you're driving, or as they say, eat it on the run.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's for me. I think that you will see that will become a game changer. And then there's genetically, the business changed a lot, and you've got some beautiful varieties like that got very, very nice eating quality. There's one like what we call opal, and that's a different, a new variety, but with the eating quality, it will be superb. That is the second game changer. And then we've got inside red apple. That when you cut the apple, the inside is red. So you will see that in future. So that's a few game changers. Yeah, but apple is a lovely piece of fruit that you can eat, and the nutrition is very good. So it's luckily people like eating apples.
100%.
Yeah.
And what I love, and children love eating apples, and that's what I love the most.
Yeah.
Okay, Ges, listen, thanks for your time. It's such an incredible story. I can't wait for our community to learn about the DuToit family, DuToit apples, and more and more and more. We're going to leak out some incredible recipes. I'm going to dive into Jan Breyer about that apple burger recipe that you told me about.
Yeah.
I'm going to post that one out too. But I encourage everyone out there who's listening, guys, go and do a bit of research on this. It's such an incredible story of a very proudly South African business. And go and support them. Go to Pick and Pay, get those apples, feed your kids. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, man. Simple, and they're delicious, and it's just supporting such an incredible initiative. And I love it. It's part of my DNA, so I love it. So, Ges, thanks for sharing the story. You're an amazing human being, and I just can't wait to see what's in store for our relationship going forward, and for everything else. So, have a fantastic afternoon. Send love to the family and all the grandkids, and make sure they look after you. And make sure that they're going to take over the mantelpiece of the DuToit family farms.
Yeah, thank you. I want to end my story with, in COVID now, apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's COVID. Okay,
100%.
but thanks talking to you, and come and pop in when you come to see us.
Definitely, I can't wait. I'm definitely going to take you up on that, and we'll do that.